Welcome back to the Midday News. More than 15 storms are in the forecast this hurricane season, yet several areas across Jamaica are simply not prepared to deal with the fury of Mother Nature. It means there could be worrying times ahead for residents living off Marcus Garvey Drive. More in this report.
From all indications, the 2021 hurricane season will be an active one. According to the meteorological forecast for this year, there are 5 major hurricanes in the lineup. That spells danger for residents living in the Marcus Garvey Drive area.
As we get into September, October, November, you can expect to see drastic increases in rainfall, especially afternoon rainfall. So even if we're not getting severe storms or even depressions or anything like that, there's still the likelihood that that area floods.
These drains are believed to be the source of the problem.
I have a gully right down there, they call it Gully Bang, where it attached to East Avenue. From 7th Street to Tail Line, come back to East Avenue. You see, I bought 10 years now it's not clean. And some big tree there now it grow. When the rain fall, the whole of East Avenue flood out.
Every time rain fall, it's always flooding. Water come into people's yard, into people's house. Nothing good, not a pretty sight.
Another resident who has been living in the area for more than 30 years says despite the flooding, he's been doing things differently.
All buckle, all paper, all plastic go down to go stop. You understand? Yes, so I just don't cause the problem now, and if the people them do it worse not cleaning. Till them time of year going to send to clean, but I can't maintain for the people and the government levels one time a year. So I deal with my thing every day.
Minister without portfolio, the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Everald Warmington, says measures are currently being implemented to remedy the problem.
We have a national island-wide priority in drinking going on right now. And we're taking all of the areas that are affected will be dealt with. We have areas that are affected regularly with flooding, and we're dealing with that. But when asked about flooding along Marcus Garvey Drive, the minister gave this response. Marcus Garvey Drive, as I said, is a special case, and we're looking to do a major infrastructure work in that area.
Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
Construction work on the Onoto Bay Hospital in St. Mary has revived a long-standing problem of land slippage, and already 2 properties have been impacted. Krista Campbell tells us more.
Construction at a cost apparently no one saw coming. About 2 months ago, work started on what TVJ News has been told is a new executive building at the Onoto Bay Hospital in St. Mary, but it has revived an age-old parish-wide environmental problem.
There's a wall here and basically a hillside, and they started to dig, and basically the whole land just gave away while they're digging.
Bradley Samuels, who did not want to speak on camera, as well as his neighbor, have been affected.
The whole of our backyard is gone. The whole of our backyard is landslide. There was some coconut trees and mango trees and a whole bunch of trees down there. Basically, it's just gone in a landslide. And like about a quarter of my property got dropped too in the process.
He says the contractors are trying to stop the land slippage.
They put up a couple baskets there, but I'm having some difficulties with them because I'm telling them it's not, the basket there is not sufficient. As you could see, it needs to go up at least 1 or 2 more basket to hold the land.
Meanwhile, he says there has not been proper communication about compensation or repairs to the 2 damaged properties. TVJ News has not been able to contact the medical health officer for St. Mary about the matter, and Portmore Mayor Richard Creary says he was not aware of the issue. However, he says he will send the municipal corporation's technical engineering team to investigate. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
Jamaica and Saudi Arabia are exploring a number of areas in which there can be bilateral collaboration. Now, the 2 countries are also to sign an agreement aimed at boosting air connectivity. Shamila Pullen reports.
Among the key areas discussed between the 2 tourism ministers were collaboration in the development of resilience and crisis management capabilities. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett stressed the importance of building capacity in countries like Jamaica, with tourism as their main economic driver, but are under-resourced and vulnerable.
But we also looked at air connectivity. And air connectivity for us is a very critical part of the recovery process. The Airlines have had a difficult time. Their whole models have been upended in a lot of cases, and we have to look at how to restore that arrangement, and more so to look at how do we connect with new markets.
Mr. Bartlett says places never on the radar before are now being targeted, for example, the Middle East. Speaking during a tour of a coffee farm in Irish Town, St. Andrew on Friday, Mr. Bartlett said another area explored was community and village development.
Tourism villages are an important part of the small and medium tourism entrepreneurship. And the Saudis have put together a fund with the World Bank and the UNWTO to support communities and community tourism. And we're excited about partnering with them in this regard.
Meanwhile, the Saudi Minister of Tourism, who is visiting Jamaica and the Caribbean for the first time, said he was delighted to participate in discussions about tourism revival after COVID-19.
We will, whether government to government or government to private sector, and we will continue the discussion. There is a lot of great opportunities here. We are assessing these opportunities, but it looks very appealing, and we will continue the discussion in the coming few months.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
And for the latest in the economy, we now go to Cody and Barrett with a Business Minute.
The Business Minute.
The road linking Highway 2000 to more communities in St. Catherine will be expanded. In making the announcement, Trans-Jamaican Highway said this is part of efforts to boost toll revenue. According to Managing Director Ivan Anderson, more housing developers are looking to build in the parish, creating a demand for more efficient means of commute. A new record has been set for remittance inflows to Jamaica in just 1 month. Data collected by the Bank of Jamaica shows remittances totaling $327 million for March 2021. The figures are the continuation of robust performance seen for money transfers across borders under the pandemic. March also set a new record for net remittances, that is, less outflows of foreign exchange remitted from Jamaica to destinations overseas, which was estimated to $305 million. In business internationally, Binance, the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, has been banned by the UK's financial regulator. On Friday, the Financial Conduct Authority (FCA) said Binance could not conduct any regulated activity in Britain and warned consumers about the platform, which is coming under growing scrutiny globally. The FCA move comes amid pushback from regulators around the world against cryptocurrency platforms. Bitcoin fell 1.8% to $34,085. It has fallen about 18% in the last 13 days. Its losses sparked by China tightening curbs on the cryptocurrency sector. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Cody Ann Barrett.
And it's now over to Kian Morgan with a preview of this evening's Ray of Hope.
Coming up in this evening's edition of A Ray of Hope.
We put together a timetable and now we're helping students.
Some persons say they did not understand this, but at the end of the class they have a better understanding. I got 98% on my account.
They appreciate the help.
That's A Ray of Hope, this evening during primetime news.
Welcome back. It's now time for your midday sports. I'm Renata Brown. Reggae Boys head coach Theodore Whitmore is set to have another new assistant as Jerome Waite is set to be relieved of his duty with the senior men's team. Simon Preston reports.
It's understood that following a meeting last Wednesday with the Technical and Development Committee, the decision was taken to relieve Waite of his duties as assistant coach. TVJ Sports also understands that Whitmore requested former Reggae Boy Paul Hall and Davian Ferguson to be given the role of assistants. However, it's understood that Ferguson, who coaches Jamaica College, declined the offer, leading to Merron Gordon being appointed. A source close to the JFF also told TVJ Sports that a recommendation has been made by a member of the technical committee to have Waite work with the youth program. The official appointments could be made public following the JFF's board meeting on Tuesday. It's also expected that Whitmore will name his final squad for the Gold Cup this week, with the team set to leave the island at the weekend.
Report. Champions Portmore United began their season in the Jamaican Premier League with a 2-0 win over parish rivals Dumbeholden in their encounter at the Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence on Sunday. National player Ricardo Morris broke the deadlock in the 37th minute to put the champions into the lead with a deflected effort. In a game that had 50 fouls, Portmore doubled their advantage in the 78th minute through Emilio Rousseau. The league continues today with a doubleheader at the same venue. At 1 p.m, Veer United takes on Malines United, and at 3, former champions Harbourview and Waterhouse do battle. Sydney McLaughlin is the first woman to dip below 52 seconds over the 400-meter hurdles, running a world record time of 51.90 seconds in the final of the U.S. Olympic Athletics Trials in Oregon on Sunday. 21-year-old McLaughlin beat Olympic and world champion Dalila Mohammed, whose record of 52.16 she broke. Noah Lyles won the men's 200 meters in a world-leading 19.74 seconds. World champion Lyles finished ahead of Kenny Bednarek, 19.78 seconds, while 17-year-old Ariane Knighton was third in 19.84 seconds. Jamaica finished 6th at the CC Can Swimming Championships, which culminated in San Juan, Puerto Rico on Sunday. Jamaica amassed 242 points over the 6-day championship, comprising 6 gold, 6 silver, and 8 bronze medals. Team manager Annalise Denny reacted to Jamaica's performance at the championship.
It has been commendable. The swimmers have really exceeded all expectations. Everybody has performed at an extremely high level at a very fast competition. They are all walking away with personal best times, if not in every single event, in most of their events. And to, when we consider that time trials only began a few weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, to come here and compete is really, really commendable.
Host nation Puerto Rico tallied 1,697 points to top the standings, ahead of Venezuela 790 points and the Dominican Republic 535. And finally, the Milwaukee Bucks have taken a 2-1 lead over the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals of the NBA after recording a 113-102 victory on Sunday. Chris Middleton led the way for the Bucks with 38 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Over in the West, the Phoenix Suns will be looking to advance to the NBA Finals as they battle the LA Clippers this evening. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock Jamaica time. The Suns lead the series 3-1. And that's it for your Midday Sports Report. Fashion, it's back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Renardo. So the national trials took place this weekend.
Yes.
Omar McLeod, that 110-meter hurdles. What went wrong?
Heartbreaking. Got up, hit the first hurdle, and just didn't recover. Said he had some abductor cramps. It's sad to hear, but that's the trials.
So when you look back at the championships, what's the best moment, you'll say?
Shelley and Fraser Price breaking 22 seconds. That was massive. Winning the 200 meters, the 1-2 double. And of course, Sharika Jackson getting a personal best in the 100 meters, personal best in the 200 meters as well. It was fantastic to see.
All right, thank you so much, Renardo. And that's the Midday News. I'm Vashon Brown. Don't forget to join us at 7 for Primetime News Package. On behalf of the news, sports, and production teams, have a good afternoon and have a great week.